Shikhar Dhawan has been summoned by the enforcement directorate and has been asked to appear before the agency this morning. In fact, he was asked to appear around 11 o'clock this morning. So far, we do not know whether at all he is going to make an appearance or not, or whether at all there has been a legal representation that has been made by the former cricketer. As far as the allegations are concerned, remember the enforcement directorate, based on multiple FIRs that was first registered in Telangana, were given to understand that a predicate offence was made out, and thereafter the enforcement directorate had taken up the matter. The allegation is pertaining to various online betting apps that have essentially been running, and several of the celebrities, not just Shikhar Dhawan, but there are several other celebrities who have essentially endorsed these betting apps. In fact, the enforcement directorate maintains that because of the advertisements that have been made out by these illegal betting apps, several youth have lost money, and the fact that there has been a huge loss of money in terms of those who have especially been investing in these apps, which are against the law of the land, and that is the reason why, remember, this crackdown has basically been made first by the state police and now the enforcement directorate. They are also looking at whether at all money that was garnered from those who were registering in the apps, whether at all this money was being siphoned off and was being sent abroad. They are also looking into parent companies who have actually invested in it, and how exactly have the operations really panned out. So all of this now essentially being part of the investigation, but importantly, as far as the role of cricketer Shikhar Dhawan, or for that matter other celebrities, are concerned, that is essentially limited to the fact that they have been endorsing these apps. Because of their endorsement, remember, it has only appeared as a legitimate betting app, and that is the reason why several of the people who were interested in it, they appeared for it, or they have registered in this app only because of the fact that there are well-known celebrities who have essentially endorsed these apps.
Shravan, one more question. Earlier, Suresh Raina, Vijay Deverakonda were also summoned in the same case. Today, we are learning that Shikhar Dhawan has been summoned. He's been asked to appear before the Enforcement Directorate at around 11 a.m. What are the repercussions that Shikhar Dhawan might have to face just in case he does not appear before the Enforcement Directorate today?
Well, in fact, he would essentially have at least 3 summons before any final decision is taken by the enforcement directorate. If at all he does not appear for at least 3, it could be even more than that. That is again the prerogative of the enforcement directorate. Only if the enforcement directorate thereafter believes that he's trying to evade the investigation, there is a high possibility that they could move the court. And in moving the court, they would essentially be telling the court that he hasn't been cooperating with the investigative agency and would be seeking for a non-bailable warrant against the cricketer. Now, these are some of the legal options that are available before the enforcement directorate. Similar sort of legal options would also be available before Shikhar Dhawan. He could also move in to the court for the quashing of the FIR to begin with, because given the fact that if at all the cricketer basically believes that this is a false case, and the FIR that has been registered is only because of the fact that he enjoys some sort of celebrity stardom, and that is the reason why he is now being pulled into the investigation, but there is a possibility that he could actually move the court. So far, we haven't really heard anything from his team with regards to the fact whether at all they have basically moved the court and also sought for any sort of an anticipatory bail in this entire matter.